Now, today on SvU, I took some medication today, right? Called Stacker 2 in this red fat burner I bought a while back. Well, I've been up all night on the drugs, right? Anyway, so taking on active approach to catching sex offenders, the team targets a photographer with the secret life where fantasies may have crossed into reality. Right. So this is episode 23 from season 15, dated 5/14/14, right? So that's May 14th, 2014, right? So this is what you call the summer lineup, right? The start of the spring, summer, end of the season, right? Now, usually they have September to maybe November. Some things in December, right? And then again, right, the following year into, say, April to like maybe June, right? They'll air certain programs, right? And also show reruns, and also, right, during both seasons, right, of any show, right. A full season should be, this is already 23 episodes, right? So that might be a few more, maybe to 28 full, or I doubt it if it goes over 30, but I'm not sure, right? It depends, right? But in this episode, a man is doing something, perhaps, with children, but cannot discern, right, his fantasy from reality, and maybe actually harming children, right? The real problem is, and this is the woman from my big fat Greek wedding, too, right? She's in it this time, right? Now, this is called a commentary or a critique of the show. It's legal fair use of the show. One, I'm not doing audio unless I'm critiquing the audio, right? Two, I'm talking about real pedophilia, too, versus imagined pedophilia, because I think one of my relatives was kind of molested by someone, right? Now, I didn't witness it, so I can't witness for sure. But if she was around me, right, or he was around me, right, I can only say what I've heard about the so-called molestation, right? Neither one has told me exactly what happened. I only heard rumors of what happened, including perhaps the involvement of a gun or weapon, right? That's another thing real pedophiles do, is they threaten the child or the mother not to tell. Now, like I told you, if my wife left me stranded in Tennessee, am I going to do something dumb, right, or something smart if her daughter wakes me up or not? You're going to do something smart, right, not dumb. Even mentally, even hearing voices, right? Here's how the scenario has to go down. I'm on the couch for 4 days. So not one, not two, not three, 4. The child is with her bio dad and his so-called girlfriend, fiance, or wife. I don't know her details either, right? Right there, I just made that up, right? You understand, right? What I'm not making up is what happened between me and the stepdaughter either. But I know. You see what I mean, right? Some of it is real, some of it isn't, right? Some of it is guesswork, because I know the man's name is Sal. I don't even know him as Sal, right? I don't know him as any other name, right? I don't know his last name, right? Until maybe, I don't know this either. I saw a picture with what was supposed to be Daphne's daughter, right? At some kind of family reunion, from Jonathan, which he brought with him, right? To show me him and the sister together, right? And things like that, right? And it said Amanda Bississati or something like that, right? I don't speak Italian either, right? But it was Blississitti, right? I think. Mm-hmm. Right. Maybe. I'm not raised speaking Italian. I'm in Georgia, so you hear my middle accent, right? I don't have a southern accent, right? Because our choir teacher didn't like southern drawl when we sung, right? So I learned to speak without it. This is a non-diction, right? Way to talk. Neither southern nor northern nor any other dialect, right? It's not even Californian, Jimmy. Either one. Now, when you blend fantasy with reality, that's the problem. Where does it end? Well, when you reach age 18. Okay, what am I explaining to you? Pedophilia is a child is not capable of consenting to any kind of sexual activity between dad and daughter, mother and daughter, or stepdad or stepmother and daughter either, right? Now, if two people are playing Daphne and me, who could it be? Sal and his so-called girlfriend or wife or fiance, which that's part of making it up. I don't know if he was married or not. I don't know. I don't remember, right? Either, right? Okay, I know his name was Sal. I know he had a daughter with my ex-wife. That's all I know, right? Anything more, you're making up. I don't even know her name, right? Of the ex-wife or whatever she is now, right? Even if she's with you still, right? Being married, though, and licking your daughter's crotch or not ain't the same as what I'm telling you could have happened between me and her if she came there or not, right? But who knows what happened? One other person would know, and that's the ex-wife, right? But if nothing happened, she ain't gotta hide it. There's no harm, right? You understand? So here we are, in a room full of strangers talking about something you never witnessed.
Mr. Wilkes, and remember you are under oath. Why have you not been in contact with your ex-wife or your son?
Because I knew I couldn't be around.
Why is that?
Because the picture was in my head.
Which you can't control?
Objection.
Sustained. Isn't it true that your first wife asked you to leave and you admitted that you were afraid you would act on your urges?
Objection.
I made the decision to leave. I didn't hurt it. He's my son. I didn't hurt it. I would never.
See? Do you understand? You still would never hurt him, right? That's controlling. Not acting on it, right? The Bible don't say you can't do that, Christians. Don't say you can't be tempted as Jesus was tempted in sin, right? Or you're condemning Jesus himself for being tempted by the devil. You devil. The devil can't tempt you either. He ain't tempting you either to sin. Murder ain't a sin. Rape ain't a sin. Violence towards your other fellow brothers is a sin. It's always been a sin. It's been the whole problem of sin. Since Satan taught us violence and even and raped innocent Adam in the butt. Now, it started out innocent. Adam didn't know what Satan was planning, right? And he offered him a 2-for-1 set. Don't he always? I got 2 holes here, Adam. You can fill them both, and if I get your hole. Sounds like I did with the devil for Eve. Now, it's not that he didn't agree to the terms with the devil, as always, right? It's as he started doing it, it started hurting him, right? And he says, no, stop. I was trying to say, no, stop. But the pain got excruciating to where he couldn't say nothing. Right. And he kept doing it. Anyway, that's rape. It's not that Adam knew, I know, what Satan wanted to do. He didn't. But once he started doing it and he realized it wasn't what he promised, right? Called the grass is greener on the other side, too. Heard that before, right? He's selling you what's called a pipe dream, right? And putting the pipe to your butt. I know. That's what they call it, ain't it? He's laying pipe. He's going in the rear entrance. Right? The difference is, right, some feel that way before you do it. Some don't. And you stereotype them into being that way. But you don't ask because you might get a no answer. But a no answer is enough to be no. Yet, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Or you're raping someone into it. That's the point. And you're the rapist if you're a male raping another male. Once the other male says no, you stop or you're a rapist. Same with a female. If the female says stop, you're a rapist even if you're her husband. Whether she marries a man, stays single for her life or not. But why do you call her gay? Because like Paul said, keep your virgins. Why? So they can serve Christ, not the flesh. But also, you can't forbid them to marry. Say what? Want to marry. Want to marry. But here's the thing. All have sinned and fell short of the glory of God. Technically, even Jesus, if he was even married or had a lover on the side, her name was Woman at the Well, who had 5 husbands and a lover, and he forgave the woman caught in the act of adultery. Did he say that? And also, what happened on the cross, right? Why did God resurrect him and not you? You ask. Forgiveness. It's about forgiveness. Even if you don't love anybody freaking else. You understand? And you don't love if you don't care. And you don't care because you learn not to care from Satan. God still cares. Difference is you sided with the enemy, right? He's not called Mr. Nice Guy. He's called Satan. The enemy. He's not your friend. He don't want to help you. And he never will. But you think it's the sex too, right? Nope, don't. What do I tell you? The sin, right? The attitude of the two people involved can be loving or fool. Fuck. You're